During this short vlog, we will be going around the Margherita Lines. This is the beginning here, but it's not the beginning. Impossible is nothing. There are walls, and there are walls. More like lines. These are called Santa Margherita Lines. As you can see, with us today, we are very honored to have Mr. Cachia Zammit. As you can see up here, there are the links to our previous vlogs. The Victoria Lines were about 12 kilometers, Ray?
Yes.
Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
These are much shorter. These Santa Margherita Lines are much shorter. Thanks, Ray, for being on our vlog this time. During this short vlog, we will be going around the Margherita Lines. Behind us, you can see the docks here. What about the walls, Ray?
Well, in front of us is dock number 6, the Red China dock. That's much more recent, but docks number 2, 3 and 4, they were built by the British in the late 19th century. As we said, this is today the end part of the Santa Margherita Lines, and over there we can see the Hindwilly Tunnel, which passes under the St. Paul Bastion, which is the last remaining part of the Cottonera Lines, but that's another story for another time.
Okay, good. What are these marks, Ray? Can you explain, please?
Yes, those marks show the parts of the Cottonera Lines and especially the Santa Margherita Lines, which were demolished in the late 19th century to make way for the docks.
For the docks, which we are seeing over there. Good. So these were demolished, no?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And this is where we are now? Where are we now?
We are just about here.
Okay, good. So we are going from here, going all around
the Santa Margherita
because
Lines.
These are the Cottonera Lines.
Those are the Cottonera Lines,
okay.
Yes. And the parts marked in orange were actually built by the British, not the Knights, around the year 1850.
Okay, and that's the area of the Verdala, no?
Yes, Fort Verdala and St. Clement's retrenchment.
Okay, let's go. We started the trail today and we already noticed those windows, Ray. What are those windows, Ray, exactly?
These are casemates, positions for guns sighted to cover the flank of the curtain.
What's the difference between a curtain and the wall, Ray? Because this is very interesting.
Yeah. In these Bastion fortifications, you have curtains, which is the name for long stretches of wall. And then at various places you have bastions which are protruding from the curtains and intended to provide covering fire to protect the curtains.
Okay.
In Maltese, this area we call it San Juan Tuscia, so I'm assuming that San Juan Tuscia is a translation of St. John Almoner.
Okay, good. And what are we seeing over there?
Well,
that tall thing?
That tall thing, which looks like a monument, it's actually a humble vent to the sewerage system.
Okay. And the other one
next to it is another ventilation shaft, but more recent, dating to the early 20th century, and it serves a series of tunnels and workshops which are linked to the dockyard.
As well, okay. As you can see, the photo up here. Here you can appreciate more the height of this ventilation hole or something. And the other one, which we showed you,
which is larger than you.
It looks like a tall monument. Oh. The cat here. Hello, cat. Ray, what are these? If anyone of you knows what these marks white with black on the mark. There are some things related to restoration, I think. I'm not sure about it. Please leave us comments down here. Thank you very much. What about the restorations of these bastions? Ray, please.
These have been very ably restored recently by the Restoration Directorate in the Ministry for the National Heritage. At this time, they are also doing restoration works on part of the Cottonera lines, not very far from here in Vgul.
Okay, good. And the restoration seems like being very modern, Ray, no? Why is that so?
Well, as a result of the restoration, the walls end up looking as if they are new. Part of the reason for this is that one of the very big expenses in this kind of restoration interventions is setting up the scaffolding.
Okay.
So once the scaffolding is set, the strategy is always to do all that is feasible at that point in time. Behind us is the stepped curtain of St. Helen.
Why is it called a step curtain, Ray?
It's called the stepped curtain because it is like a step. It first goes
Like
down and then goes
it
up
goes in
again.
steps.
And the gate is the original gate, although subsequently 2 openings were made to facilitate car traffic.
So in reality, it was only the door in the middle.
Yes.
The original one.
Yes,
The other ones were made after, no?
Extended after it. And well, as is clear from here, the Santa Margherita Lines, they enclose the city of Bormla, Cospicua.
Yes.
The sequence was the following. After the Great Siege of 1565, the knights immediately rebuilt the walls of Birgu and Senglea. At that point, the suburb of Cospicua started to grow, and in 1638, the decision was made to build the Santa Margherita Lines. This was in part to enclose the growing suburb of Cospicua, but it was also to enclose within the Santa Margherita Lines some high ground which otherwise would have overlooked the fortifications of Birgu and Senglea.
Okay.
To complicate matters,
Because
when
things always get complicated, no?
when the work had barely started on the Santa Margherita Lines in 1670, a decision was made to build the Cottonera lines.
Okay.
But as a result, both the Santa Margherita Lines and the Cottonera lines, which enclose the Santa Margherita Lines, there were problems with lack of funds. Work stopped for a number of years,
Yes.
and both sets of fortifications were only completed late in the 18th century, the 1700s.
Okay. That's very interesting. As Ray explained, we were up there before. Now we're here. We're at the end of the water catchment. So water used to slope down and be collected under here.
As you'll see, Conrad, it will be very easy for us from here to follow the contour of the Santa Margherita Lines. However, at this point, there isn't a clear trail for one to follow. And with very, very, very minor intervention, this can be done.
The ambient here is very nice, eh?
Very, very.
When you consider that Bormla and the three cities are very populated, at least a bit of fresh air. Your lungs here can recharge.
We are here facing St. Helen Bastion.
Helen Bastion, which is that one.
Behind it is
This one?
Fort Verdala, which was built by the British, but in actual fact it's like an integral part of the Santa Margherita Lines.
Okay.
Facing it is the St. Clement's retrenchment.
This one behind us?
Also built by the British around the year 1850.
Okay. We are walking through this small garden sort of, and we found this thing here. Trejqet Gran Mastru Anton Manuel de Villena. This piazza Gran Mastru Nicola Cottonera, 1663 to 16. Thanks to the vandal here. Well done, my friend. Nostalġija kbira, min jaf kemm konna niġu fil-għodu, nosna reqdin rej, minibus, mimlija, għal ġurnata skola. Daw kollha li kienu ma' l-Verdala, ħallu naqra kommentu xi darba we meet up, Behind us is the entrance of the school, as we already mentioned, but now behind us is the entrance of the Verdala. What's it called? The Verdala curtain, no?
This was originally the Verdala gate and the Verdala curtain.
The Verdala gate, yes.
It's a high baroque monumental gate built at the time of the Knights, but behind it the British built Fort Verdala, which we'll be visiting shortly.
Yes, good.
So today it's also the back entrance, in fact, to Fort Verdala, because the main entrance to Fort Verdala is from Bormio. What we see here behind us is actually also part of the fortifications built by the Knights. Further up is the St. Clement's retrenchment built by the British. But this is what was technically called the Tenai. It's basically a wall protecting the gate.
Okay.
To prevent the enemy from firing directly into the gate.
Very interesting. You see how many knowledgeable people we have with us? Thank you very much. Let's visit the Verdala thing. What about this Verdala area?
Well, to be precise, work on Fort Verdala started in 1852, and it was conceived as a fort, as a stronghold, integrated within the Santa Margherita Lines, and it was developed as a large concentration of barrack blocks, which...
Barrack blocks? What are barrack blocks?
These are blocks for the accommodation of soldiers.
Okay, barracks. Okay, sorry.
And these in the 1970s were converted into social housing.
Yes. Good. Very nice, Our Lady Mary there. Behind us is the entrance of the Verdala. Fort Verdala, no? What about the emblem there? Right.
That's the
coat of arms. What was that?
That's the British coat of arms, and the date is
1853.
53.
53, yeah.
It's very interesting that the other gate is shows us that was built at the time of the Knights, whereas this extension, Fort Verdala, was built later by the British, but integrated within the fortifications built by the Knights.
Okay. Behind us, guys, there is Cospicua. As you can see, a lot of narrow roads, some works going on, and a lot of nice people living here. Hi to all those from Cospicua. Cospicuans, I don't know. We are not sure. Ray is telling me we are not sure if these are the original doors or not, because they don't have...
From the time of the British, not the Knights,
Yes, because they don't just have fire holes. No.
Firing slits.
Firing slits. What are they called? Behind me, guys, you can appreciate the width of the Bastions. They had to be stopped here to pass this road for accessibility, and you can notice the width. It's about 7 meters or something of the sort, filled with stone. and then of course starting with a wall and ending with another wall. We are very curious what these holes in the Bastions are. Some of them, of course, filled with litter, but there are more of them, like here. They seem like going. Maybe we'll do another vlog about these. We explore some of them. Let's carry on. Counter scarp? What's a counter?
Scarp huwa il-biċċa taħt il-bastion, is-suq. Għandek il-foss, u mbagħad għandek il-faċċata, allura jgħidulu l-counter scarp. The Santa Margherita Lines, we have two breaches in the original line of fortifications. The one behind leads directly inside Fort Verdala. Further down is another breach which leads into Cospicua behind the Santa Margherita Lines. Behind us is the one bastion which is not named after a saint, but it's the Firenzuola bastion, named after Vincenzo da Firenzuola, who was the architect who laid out the original plans for the Santa Margherita Lines. As was mentioned, it took so long for them to be built that eventually they were modified. But to him, the credit for actually producing the original plans.
Good. Here they used to do the Monte of Born, further down?
Yeah,
here. Because I recall the...
dik il-biċ, ma xekun kbir.
Near the La Salle as well. Good. They call it il-Monte tal-Birgu or ta' Bormla? Tal-Birgu. But here it's not Sengleja, no? No, not Sengleja. Here it's not Birgu, it's Vittoriosa. Here it's not Vittoriosa. It's part of Cospicua, no?
I'm not.
Maybe the council, the local council can give us some light on this.
Il-xerta raġuni li strettament dawnek qegħdin il-Cottonera qegħdin outside the Santa Margherita Lines, Cospicua, but also obviously outside the Birgu walls. Except that on the right there is a building estate called the Tal Hawli, which I think traditionally has been associated with Birgu.
With Birgu? Okay. And there's the La Salle School and there's the Cottonera complex further up. And there's another wall, but it's part of the Cottonera.
That's the Cottonera line.
What's the name of that door there?
The Notre Dame Gate.
The Notre Dame Gate. We will be discussing...
Bibis Sultan people also.
Bibis Sultan. We are nearly at the end of this Santa Margherita Lines. What's this exactly, Ray?
Technically, this is called a stepped wing.
Stepped wing, not curtain now, because it's at the end. Oh.
It's not called the curtain because it's not standing between two bastions. It's the end of the Santa Margherita Lines, leading to the Birgu land front.
Vittoriosa, no?
Vittoriosa.
Yes. And then there's another entrance. At least they did an arch. They did not.
They take the continuity of the fortifications.
Let's go to the very end of this Santa Margherita Lines. Finally, we arrived at the end of the Margherita Lines. Thanks, Ray, very much for this tour, for your information,
pleasure,
for your time, because I know you are very busy with other jobs. Thanks for following our vlogs. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks also for your comments and your suggestions where you want us to go. From the statistics, guys, I noticed that most of you are watching our vlogs but haven't subscribed yet. It would help us a real lot if you subscribe. The only thing you have to do is go to YouTube, write Konrad Nilgat, obviously, where you see our vlogs. There's a subscribe button, press the subscribe button. There's a bell, select all, the first one, and you will be notified as soon as we issue another new vlog. Sakemm nerġgħu niltaqgħu.
Saħħa u slim.